この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Owarimonogatari Season 2, The Last Arc, Episodes 5, 6, and 7. The Ogi Arc. The Final Battle. The probably shocking. I don't know. A lot of the things that I thought I knew, I definitely don't know as well as I thought I knew them. For example, I was in the party that definitely thought that Ogi was the darkness. Ogi's not the darkness, is she? She's something else. She's still got this constant symbolism of shadow and a lot of weirdness, and she makes me really creeped out, but she's not the darkness. And in the last episodes, in the last reaction we did, we had the kind of wonderful little moments with Senjokahara, the reunion, the rendezvous, if you will, after being dead, being in hell. Comes back, no longer a vampire. Gaian is gathering her forces. All right, cool, let's do it. Let's have one last moment to be with the girl, to remember what the stakes are, to reaffirm what we're fighting for. And then in the same breath, to take away any understanding of what we're actually fighting for. Before starting this video, I went ahead and I rewatched the last section of the last video. The talk outside the house. The dark talk. I don't know what you would call that segment. And I tried to take notes on it, and I ended up just writing down almost every line. So, things that stood out to me: it'd be nice if you had a future, implying that he doesn't. But there's no way I would do anything to harm you. Okay, Ogi, I don't necessarily believe that, but Ogi doesn't lie a lot, so okay. A lot of snarky comments about Gaian and her slick talk and not getting taken in by it for Araragi. A request that he voluntarily withdraws. The reveal that she is not the darkness, according to herself, if we believe that. And the mention / setup of one thing in this town that I regret. Something that I have to achieve before death. And the mention that Gaian, knowing this, will set a trap and will set it there, as though it's a location, but that she will fall for it anyway because that is part of her role. Because she is desperate to do this thing, whatever it is, or go to this place, wherever it is, or whatever. So the whole thing functions as kind of an ultimatum, like, I have to do this, but she doesn't seem to want to. And then we end the episode with what seems like, minus the creepy smile as she turns, which I don't know how to read, what seems like a very genuine request for help. Or the perfect thing to say to manipulate Araragi into helping someone knowing him. So she's not the darkness, and she might not be evil. Rip all of my theories. And she wants Araragi's help. And there's some stuff she's definitely not telling him. Or us. That's about what I've got going into this arc. It's not a lot. I mean, we've spent a good amount of time with Oshino Ogi all over the place. And we know so little about her. Or him, depending on whether it's in Hana. Okay. Well, with all of that in mind, we're going to watch this final arc. I know that the first word in the arc title is Ogi. That's all that I know about this arc going forward. I know that it will probably be... I think it will probably be some sort of situation where Araragi sets his own path, Ogi sets her own path, Gaian sets her own path, and we resolve this situation somehow and find out the truth about Oshi-no-Ogi, whatever the fuck that is. But I'm also kind of expecting that Oisin is going to go ahead and subvert like everything and really mess with my brain here in the next 3 episodes. And I'm ready for that. As ready as one can be for it, I guess. So let's go ahead and watch it, and we'll find out, and we'll talk about it as we go. Hopefully things will start to make sense once we get the traditional like introduction at the beginning of the first episode, where somebody goes through like thematic stuff that will be resolved or talked about or discussed or whatever in the arc. But I don't know. Again, it's Oisin. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. I don't know. Okay, housekeeping before we go ahead. A couple things that people mentioned to me either on the Discord or in comments that I had missed or misunderstood or whatever. When Ogi says that Hanakawa is her rival, this was set up in the arcs with the with Oikura, where she and Hanakawa fight, and she gets kind of pissed that Hanakawa was able to use her boobs to sway Araragi. That's where that came from. That's the only thing I remember off the top of my head. I thought I wrote them down somewhere, but I didn't because I'm an idiot. Okay, other housekeeping thing. In the last couple reaction videos, the OPs have gotten messed up. This seems to be... I went back to them and, like, tried to see if they would sync up in the player that I've been using, which is NPCHC, and they're not. They keep doing this thing where the audio and the visual get out of sync, and I think it has something to do with the way the subs are being done, but I don't really know. However, I tried playing one of the previous episodes in VLC, and it didn't do that, so we're going to watch the episode in VLC in the interest of, 1, maintaining the timer, and 2, not losing any of the coolness of the OPs, because they're cool, and it kind of fucks them up. So sorry about that in the past. I don't know what was happening there, but it will be resolved in this video. I really hope. All of that said, this is what we got going in. Owarimonogatari Season 2. Let's finish it. Let's do this. I have Season 2, Episode 5 up and ready to go. It is at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction video. You can find a picture-in-picture version with the video linked, the video up there, linked in the description down there, and a timer-based version up on YouTube. If you want to sync up your own copy of these episodes with the timer-based version on YouTube, I'm using the Hoshiai version again. They've been pretty nice subs and stuff, minus the weirdness with the OPs, which should be resolved, so pretty great subs. Yeah, if you want to sync up your own copy of the episodes, just get your copy ready, because the beep beep timer to count you down to 0 will be coming at you right about now. And I can see the first frame of the episode. It says Chapter 001, and it looks like fabric is the background and sort of like faded paint. That's all I got. Beep beep timer. Mm-hmm. Present is what it is. It would be nice if you had a future. Okay. But not... That was like the same shot of the eye. A symbol of my adolescence. A little bit. Only if you survive till the end will it be a comedy. Sure, sure. Or a smirk. Okay, he's just imagining her. I either know it all from the start, or reflections in mirrors. All about you, all about me, it's all about me. They're all my thing. In order to get something, you have to give something up. Again, balance and equal signs. It's a different bike, though. Okay, this is an amazing OP. Two cherry. She is shadow. His reflection. She's a shadow, but is she his shadow? You're playing with a rock? Oh. I have to write down, is she his shadow? Utiloli now. Oh, jeez. You know how that feels, huh, Chikuji? Whoosh. I'm sure. Mm-hmm. It's amazing how that dumb joke just gets better and better. Something I should have checked. Oh. It's tradition. Okay. It was all for nothing anyway. Mm. Mm. All right, let's do a briefing. I like this piece of soundtrack a lot. Uh-huh. Absolutely. Complete form. Shikigami corpse doll. Uh-huh. Once human, previously a vampire. Human. Great. Bring what? Or is it the ceiling thing? Yep. She just unsurreptitiously shoves it in her pocket. Uh-huh. Focus of our hatred. But you know everything. Why does she have only tonight? This is the original location, right? Okay. History lessons with Guyan. Cool. I'm a snake. Slithering in your lake. Right. Right. Oh. Right. Hmm. Hmm. But what happened to the previous god? Just like the two cherries? A rope and not a cord. So they merged the two snakes. Ooh. Right. Bringing in. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. This all makes perfect sense up to now. Great. Okay. But then, doubt I would have ever thought about using that talisman on Shinobu. Sure, Gaien, but you know where he stands. Huh. Okay. That's probably a difficult one to predict. She wanted to know what I was after, what was inside my heart. Okay. To do something. Sure. What was that laugh? Was that a haha, they're unknown, haha, but I know. Cherry? Has that cherry always been on her skirt? Hmm. Saga. Okay. What? I want to be a loli again? We're not gonna. Okay. What? But Kizu. Okay. Okay. We're gonna make Hachikuji a god? The successor to a god. Uh. God of what? I guess. Oh. Sure. Nope. Nope. Fuck, no choice. Hmm. Why don't I trust that? Because it's Gaien. And she's into it. Right. Hmm. Hmm. Is this a reference to, like, an obscure line in the original arc? I don't know. Is an proved. Ah. Hmm. Seems like she's trying to really twist the rules here. Okay. Okay. I'm sure it does. Yeah. No. Maybe. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Rather not. What if she just said, oh my god? Yeah, you did. Motherfucker. I really wish she hadn't done that. Pretty much from the beginning. Yeah. Balance. Hmm. Plays the same role. Sure. Okay. But didn't Oshinogi attempt intentionally to get Nadako enshrined? Yeah. We must eliminate Oshinogi. Exterminate. Just gonna write for a little bit. Holy shit. I think I get it. She's justice. Right, is there an endy thingy? Nope. Okay. 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 With the OP, with the idea that she's a shadow, and with Guyan telling us that she has known all along that Ogi is not the darkness, and, quote, she is an ordinary monster. And as Araragi says, you're speaking as though she is an apparition or an oddity, right? There's one character. There's one character in the series. I mean, besides Guyan, there's one major character in the series who, up until this point, has interacted with, fought, defeated, helped others defeat oddities, apparitions, Bakemono. Has made a pact with one, but has never actually, like, been the source of one. Despite his immense and intense, deep-seated unhappiness with certain elements of the world. And it's Araragi. Is she his monster? His shadow? In the same way that the tiger is Tsubasa's and is acting out the things that she wants in ways that she doesn't want. At the beginning of Owari Season 1, the first arc's conclusion is that Araragi gave up on justice, right? That justice was something that could be manufactured by group consent or the majority. And this disillusioned him. Is she the embodiment of the perfect justice that he doesn't think is achievable in the world? The equal sign? The pitch black kind of right? Oh my god! How many times have I talked about, like, I never put this together, and I'm kicking myself for it. How many times have I talked about the way that Ogi is shot, like manifesting from shadows, specifically from Araragi's shadow? And I never put together my favorite trope in almost all of fiction for this. What? Now, I could still be fucking wrong because Oisin loves to do that, and this is the first episode of the arc. But man, it feels too right. Can you be on my side? What? Okay, so what is the one thing in this town she regrets? The thing to achieve before death. I was thinking it was something to do with the shrine, but I don't know. I don't know if that's the case anymore. And then how does her obsession with with well, okay, yeah, obsession with the green light, red light rules and stuff kind of all fits that as an interpretation, doesn't it? Present is what it is because of Oshino Ogi. I will always think of her as a symbol of my adolescence. I knew exactly what she was. And then the OP, Dark Cherry Mystery, right? And then I wrote down, is she his shadow in the hugest letters, but I still hadn't put it together. And I could still be wrong. Hachikuchi's still a ghost. Bring it. It's the Sealy thing. She just... Guyan is really starting to piss me off. Now that Ogi put that little seed of doubt in my mind, Guyan has always kind of creeped me out. Just the idea of a character that knows everything is a little spooky. But she's like, oh yes, you've kept this thing in such good condition. Crunch. What the fuck, Guyan? That's not cool. Okay. True identity is unknown. I don't know if I believe Guyan there. Literally, the character whose like business card might as well say, "I know everything. I don't know this," because that's convenient. Calling bullshit on Guyan there. But the line that really stands out is her loss of identity is her only identity. Okay. Question, odd question slash thought. We know from meta knowledge that Oshino Ogi survives this, right? But altered, gender swapped. Because we see her as such in, it's Hana, right? I think it's Hana. The Kambaru arc. We know that Ogi survives this. We don't know how or why. But it probably means Araragi chooses to ensure that she does. But somehow she's like still in town, but not tethered to him or whatever. Acting independently. Somehow like freed. I don't know. And why does she have only tonight? The way that was said was as though if she doesn't act tonight, she'll lose her chance to act forever, regardless of what the team does. I don't know. Okay, and then we have the history lesson from Guyan, which is a lot of the same stuff that we've heard before, but all put together, all the pieces put together, and the reveal of the snake connection, which makes a lot of sense. And it's also really nice because I had forgotten certain details about that whole situation. And then Guyan is really kind of ominous here when she asks Araragi, like, what do you want and what do you think you're doing here? What do you think your purpose is? We're not in an alliance. We're just working towards the same thing because we are. I don't know what the alternative is there, but okay. He wants to do something about Hachikuji and about Shinobu. Okay. Prevent the darkness. Hachikuji has a cherry on her skirt. Yeah, was that always there? I don't remember if that was always there. And then the lines about not being worried about yourself. I don't understand either. Oh, it's character progression for Araragi, right? Going from his original like caring only about myself and if I care about other people that weakens me, which it very well may, to only being his only desires in this confrontation are to quote do something about Hachikuji and Shinobu. And Shinobu, all that Shinobu wants is to be mini Shinobu again. Don't understand why. But okay. So we have two minimum conditions, right? We need a new deity to be enshrined, and we need to exterminate Ogi. The whole snail is an improved snake thing that's some always seen meta twist in words and stuff. But okay. Just leave that to the side. And then oh, I wrote this down wrong. Yeah, I wrote this down wrong because it was such an interesting and confusing line. I wrote down, it's a matter of the ends, but what she actually says, it's a matter of the means, right? Like, the ends remain the same. It doesn't matter to me what means we use to get there, is what she's saying. That's part of what I don't like about Guyan. She's so ends focused as someone who knows what the ends are, usually. There were a lot of moments in this episode where Guyan stated lack of knowledge of convenient things that make me not trust her very much at all. It's like getting need to know during the briefing. I will say I really like the sequence where Aragi is sort of wondering to out loud and to himself at what point he started thinking that Ogi was the darkness, because I think it's interesting for a couple reasons. One is that I don't know exactly when I started thinking she was the darkness either. It just seemed like the logical conclusion from the outset. As soon as we found out anything about Ogi, it's like, well, yeah, she's exactly as they say. She's playing the same role. Obviously, she's the same character or the same entity, but she's not. She's not. But when did that happen? And then the other reason that I find it interesting is because I get the subtle feeling that Oisin is sort of patting himself on the back, because the whole sequence is like, at what point were we misled by this writing intentionally? Oh, gotcha. It's kind of nice. And then we move on into the final line. She is an ordinary monster, an apparition, an ordinary bakemono. Okay. Okay. A lot of fantastic looking things in this episode. I think that I will hold off on saying. Yeah, it's so hard to rank Monogatari OPs because they're all so interesting and different. But this one is a jam, and two, it's got some symbolism in it, both in the lyrics and in the visuals and in everything else. But I think more than anything, I want to first go through this opening sequence because lines. I wish there were a way to just really quickly extract and look at the entirety of a subtitle track. That would be really nice. Because I hate skipping through it. I'm going to look that up and see if I can do that. View subtitle transcript. Ink scribe or something else. Yeah, okay. I would have to do some FFmpeg magic, and I don't want to deal with that right now. So we just won't do that. I will just do what I normally do and just move through the episode as I go. Okay, the present is what it is because of Oshino Ogi. Neat. Yeah, an unknown wrapped in unknowns. I, rather all of us, made it to where we are now. Because of her, implied. Someday I'll be able to feel that way about her as opposed to the way that I feel now. And then this eye close of Araragi. I mean, we see eye closes from Araragi all the time, right? But that one, that's like the same eye, isn't it? It's pretty close. And that's just who she is. Who I am, who she is. Empty chair, Oshino Ogi. Symbol of my adolescence. Sure, she found my stupidity highly amusing. White birds. Maybe the whole thing was just a comedy? Maybe. Painful, sad, bitter, ugly. A year of hell. Sure. You know, I should probably tell it with a smile. It is the same bike, isn't it? He does ride a fucking BMX bike, doesn't he? The track. Simple, happy story. Also getting a little bit meta, and this is the original classroom, right? I knew all along, and an eraser, no pencil. I knew exactly what she was from the very beginning. The lights flash. Ding, 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 ding. Ding. And it's hilarious. I don't know about that at the moment. I don't know. Truth is, I either know it all from the start. So got kind of overwhelmed during this OP because everything about it was really amazing. Like the visuals are really cool, and there's a lot going on, and I don't claim to understand it all. And then the sound is awesome, and it's an amazing song, I think, already. And then the lyrics are like amazing. This is maybe one of my favorite Monogatari OPs. So we see Shadow Oshino. Does she come out of... She does... Yeah, she jumps between mirrors. Continuously. Reflections and darkness. And then at some point, she tears herself out from a mirror. And it's herself standing in front of the mirror. Running through it, and bursting out, breaking it, but the reflection emerges. That's just a cool visual. All about you, all about me, all about me. We follow that sort of like pattern a couple times. Both fall. The mirror is shattered. Balance, both working together, pushing forward to create electricity, to create the energy that fuels the Owari S2 logo in neon. That's really cool. Walking side by side, pulling a light, taking the lights out, turning the lights off. There could be a different future. And then riding a bike to power it. And it's the same fucking bike. Isn't it? Hanging on by a sleeve. Up into the air. All about you, all about me, all about me. All your things, all my things, all my things. And then this dope landing. Shadow version and other version sit together to talk. Then she lights up. And then becomes a mirror. And then they're both mirrors. And both mirrors are two connected cherries. Okay. There's a lot going on in that OP. I'm sure it'll make more sense in a little while. Crazy baseball game, if you can even call it that. And they're just waiting for you. And we get some cool moments. For sure. Some character-y stuff from Hachi, and yeah, watching Shinobu do to Araragi what he has done to her so many times is kind of wonderful. Didn't you get enough of that back in hell? Yes. I'm sure this is a reference to something. Nice try. And then the conversation eventually begins. The briefing. I love the image of Kiss shot like behind Araragi. It's kind of cool. It's very similar to the way that she was over Gaian, but instead of being threatening, the opposite. Did you bring it like I asked? Yeah, that. Must eliminate, must exterminate. There's this line. The loss of her true identity is the only identity she has. So not even she knows. But Gaian knows? Does Gaian know? I don't know if Gaian knows. I'm not convinced that she doesn't know. I'm not convinced that there's anything that she doesn't know. But if her identity is loss of identity, then maybe Gaian can't know that. Because it doesn't exist, maybe. This is weird. That's weird, Oisin. What are you doing? Alright, right. And therefore, there's no threat. I asked that question. Right. And then we do our history lesson. Shrine, boom. Lake, bye-bye. Move to the mountains. Join the two gods. Sever the two gods at the same time. Creates weirdness. Creates air pocket. Creates bad juju. Now, Hachi has a cherry on her skirt. Was that always there? I don't know how I would find that out. You'll probably see in one of the earlier Hachikuji OPs whether it's always there. I don't know. Spooky Gaian, very spooky. I merely obey my master's orders. Okay, Shinobu, that is greatly appreciated. We can complete all of these objectives. And now she can become a god. She is eligible. I don't know what it is. There's something more spooky about Gaian than Ogi at this point. And then here's the section of why did we come to believe that? At what point did we get the idea of that? Definitely feels like Oisin directly asking the audience to consider that question, which is kind of cool, and I really like. That's how I'll choose to interpret it, whether or not it's true. And no ED, no ending credits thing, or post credits thing. Lots of interesting stuff here, but I don't know what any of it means. It's just stuff. I mean, that's Hachikuji. That's... I don't actually know what that is. Oh, are those Yotsugis? Yeah, those are all Yotsugis, and then that would be, what's her name? Yeah, okay. Okay. That's the original minion, right? Okay. Is that Ara? Araragi? Doesn't look like the usual version of him. I don't know who that's supposed to be. Unless that's meant to be Nautico with the tubular hair. Tubular dude. Wings or hair? I can't really tell. Oh, it's Skihi, right? She's got the little egg thing on her side. So the phoenix, I guess. And then I guess the next one is probably Karen. Hold on. Okay, there's this one, which I think is Nautico. That's Skihi. Yeah, that's Karen. Gotta be. I don't see what's in the middle in between those, though. There's another figure there. A thinner... Oh, is that Kaiki? Yeah, it's got a tie. So it must be. Is that Kaiki again? Over there on the side? Yeah, he's got the hair things. But then, who are the three girls there? I don't know. Unless it's part of a haircut. Hmm. Is that Oikura? I don't know. Detective. And we're Guyan. It's Guyan. With the hat. Absolutely uncertain. Yep, no idea what I'm looking at here. Okay. Oh, hi Hanakawa. Nyanakawa. Oh, we're getting artifacting. Why are we getting artifacting? Okay, Nyanakawa. Oh, that's Oshino. That's Mei. He's got the earrings, the crosses. Cool. And a square inside a square. Cool. Okay, lots of cool things. I really like those little circle symbol things. So they're neat. I don't know what the fuck they are though. Just everything all coming together. That this is the pathway that we're going down through interactions with all of these characters. Something along those lines. Okay. This was a cool episode. Let's see if my Ogi is either or both Araragi's shadow and or his apparition, his monster. Ogi is to Araragi as Tiger is to Tsubasa, or Crab is to Senjogahara. Seems right. I don't know, man. It seems so obvious now. It's one of those things where I had no clue, and then I went, "Oh fuck." That seems so obvious in hindsight. We'll just have to keep watching and find out if we find out. So, I'm gonna take a quick breaky thingy, do a sinky thingy, and then we will come back for Owarimonogatari Season 2, Episode 6. So I will see you in a moment for that. Peace. Alright, we are all synced up and ready to go for Episode 6 of Owarimonogatari. I am, I don't know Gi. I don't know Gi anything about Ogi. I have a feeling that she may be Araragi's apparition or ordinary monster or whatever. And the fact that she plays the same role as the darkness makes me think that she is the manifestation of his deep-seated desire for some kind of genuine justice. That's the working theory right now. Let's find out if it holds up to another 20 some odd minutes. Probably not. It's probably gonna all go out the window. Anyway, I've got the episode up. Let's watch it. Beep beep timer for Owari episode 6. Straight into the OP. That's always a good sign. Trade-offs and balance. That's just cool looking. And it lights up the entirety of the town. It's you who knows. I don't know anything, you know everything. Story of the youth. Ogi Dark 2 start as though it's a cool. She knows it. Cause she said so. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. For sure. but that's all we know that she is. Oshino no Ogi wa Oshino Ogi da. An unknown wrapped in unknowns. Oh, is it? Okay. As that, yeah. Not sure at the moment. True. True. Hmm. Hmm. Wasn't Shinobu's but a rabbit there. Okay. The hard way. Which is. Yeah. Oh. Ah. Uh-huh. The clear water. Okay. Doesn't sound like him. Yeah. Tough on yourself and tough on others? Oh. Okay. People save themselves on their own. So if you reveal what she really is, she cannot exist. The darkness comes, right? Great. Hmm. Ordinary superstition, right? Yeah. What was the flash of the monkey's paw there? Hmm. Okay. Don't know why. Yeah, neither do I. Fuck. God, that room. Oh, super short hair. Cool. Hmm. Hmm. Why is this scene here? Okay. Okay. Hmm. The magnetism of enthusiasm. Hmm. Where have we heard that before? Is it Nautico's arc? I don't remember. Hello, Grayscale World. Same bike. Only thing with any color in the scene. Ogi-chan, are you trying to plan something? Sure. Depends. Right. Are you about to institute drastic measures, Ogi? I'm scared. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Doesn't know. A hero of justice? Hmm. Sure. I'm not sure about the distinction there. Yeah. I'm sure. Oh. Oh. This looks familiar. It's being rebuilt. Sure. Is fucking Mei gonna be there? What if Mei's there? They walk in and he's just chilling on a chair. Yep. Huh. Huh. We'll see if it follows that. All right, Oisin. Maybe. Okay. Cut. Okay. Uh huh? Oh, okay. The best at it. Literally the best at it, being a phoenix. Whoa, sitting in Mei's spot. That's the same combination I have on my luggage. Indeed. Okay. Meaning you. Yeah, why? She's an expert at it. That's all I got. Because of the nature of her true identity? Could he do the same thing for Ogi? I don't know. Like the end of a mystery. Thought so. You have. And now he's the one that's black and white. The right thing. But there's still another episode. One line. But there's another episode. Is there a... Nope. So, straight into the OP. Believe she's Ogi because she said she's Ogi. Introduced as a fan of hers. A fan. Oh, man. Predicted the appearance of her because Guy and Toei dealt with something before. But Guy in Toei is like gone or dead or something, right? When Araragi says, "You are me," your true identity is me. If the reveal of her true identity eliminates her, does it eliminate him? Is that why Guy in Toei is no more? I don't know. She was not a monster, but like a monster. Hard on people. Hard on herself. Which doesn't strike me as being similar to Araragi. A lot of things in this episode that confuse me. That make me think that there's like as Ogi says, or actually it's as Skihi says, the possibility of a greater mystery, of a bigger twist. That seems like what we're building to. Like Ogi being Araragi's Bakemono is not the answer. Not the whole picture. People save themselves on their own, which is why he has to do this alone, if he is to continue believing in that. And that's part of why he shows up. When Ogi shows up there, Araragi is the one waiting for her, but sitting in Oshino's place on the pile of desks. He's taking that role now, playing that part, but for his own apparition, his own monster. I'm not sure. Not sure. I'm not sure what to think about this whole Sengoku section. There are elements to it that I really like the idea of magnetic or gravitational enthusiasm for work and for doing something. I think is real and true, but I don't know how the believe in your own talent and support from Tsukihi ties in. It doesn't necessarily have to, but I feel like it did, but I don't get it. That's what I'm getting at, is that I feel like it was important, but I don't get why. We'll go back through it. We'll see. See if we can figure it out. And then Tsukihi doesn't have something that she wants to do. And Ogi posits that that's because she has so many options available to her. That she is omnipotent, but not omniscient. Sort of a flip side of Gaian, maybe. Has too many options. Too many possibilities. That her future is too big. And then she says to Tsukihi that she'll never reach the future. She'll just be in the present forever and ever. Which, I guess on a technical level, makes sense. But each new present is a part of the future, right? But for Tsukihi, it's not. And yet, when she talks to Araragi, she says, you won't reach your future, but it's in a context of, like, if you do this, then you won't reach your future, as if you would otherwise. So it's different for him. And then we get the people live of their own accord. Bakemono are the thing that must rely on other people in order to keep living. And that's part of why Tsukihi can't be banished, despite her identity being revealed, because Araragi still loves her and refuses to stop loving her, which is cool. And then we get pretty meta with the whole mystery story talk, and Ogi saying that she prefers when the lines of the solution scenes are one line long, because all of the tension is evaporated once you actually know the answer, which is a very very meta statement to make in a series of mystery stories, supernatural mystery stories. It's a very strange statement to make. And then Tsukihi argues that once you confirm the existence of something that you were afraid of, that's scarier than not knowing. I think I disagree. And I think that they're talking about two somewhat different things. I don't know if it becomes less scary when you determine the culprit, if you will, but I do think it becomes less interesting once you tie things off neatly. And I have a feeling that all of this plays into some of what Guyan was talking about apparitions like Ogi not allowing for a neat ending, which is also rather meta, considering we're talking about the ending, right? In Owari. She says her true identity is unsightly, which plays in with the idea that she's the part of Araragi that he can't accept about himself, or can't act on, I suppose. Not sure. Then we get their conversation, sitting in Mei's spot. Problem is your job. I have to do it myself. Of course. And then she says, yeah, you'll never arrive at your future. And then it's the right thing to do to reveal my true identity and eliminate me. But I wish you wouldn't. She has a sense of self-preservation there. Symbol of my adolescence. Oops. Okay. I like these cards. The new style for them, really cool. And this swirling mass of stuff behind Guyan. There we go. Yeah. Kambaru-san is one of her fans. Ogi Oshino is a little bit more complicated. Well, if Mei is the mentor figure, the one that Araragi looks up to as being a symbol of balance, which was always something that he said, kind of makes sense for his sort of self-made representation of that concept to take on the name of the mentor. Maybe. I don't know. What is she really? She is an unknown, just refuses to answer. We get, yeah, this, which was hinted at before, but now is confirmed. Being used to play cricket. The proper name is the standard approach. Yeah, the previous experience. Guyan. And Guyan Toei. And we get a lot of these scenes that came up in Hana, right? I think that's where they came up. For one of Kambaru's arcs. Her personality type reminds me of Koyomin. That's the thing. I don't get where she's coming from with that. But okay. You're the only one who can do it. There's so much emphasis on this sequence. You, by yourself. You must do it. The threat is that she's an unknown. Revealing her true identity would cause it to collapse. If she is a being of lies, then to cut through to the truth is to cut through her. And if she's revealed, then the darkness will come and swallow her. But again, does that mean that it will also swallow Araragi? And does her existence stem from him as a partial apparition himself, lying about his own truth and his own identity? Doesn't it? So then wouldn't the darkness come for him as well? Couldn't it, maybe? I don't know, maybe. It's just a weird thought, but it kind of scares me. Quasi-darkness is more dangerous than the darkness. And then we get the line about a tidy ending. Giving everyone a happy ending is cheating. That's how it works. So we must settle the score before the night is over. And he is torn. I will use the same words, the same answer. I will not save Oshino. Okay. So Tsukihi is helping. How confident are you about this? We have this question about like future and plans and desires for what you want to do and be. And Nadeko, not knowing how it will work out, is still committed to trying, which is admirable, I think, and pretty cool. Also has really short hair. Also, I think this is the same manga that you can go and read, and it's pretty trite. it's pretty trite, but also kind of cute. uh, Even for people with talent, sometimes these things don't work out. You have to believe in your own talent, otherwise you won't have be able to sustain yourself when you can't keep going. People who rely on working hard be disheartened when they can't keep going. I don't understand how those are like arguments against each other if they're meant to be. Maybe I'm just misinterpreting it. I'm not going to spend too much time on that particular line, but I think I could. But I'd probably be running around in circles. Right. Just do what I want to do no matter how embarrassing or unsightly. The real identity is unsightly. That's part of why this is here, isn't it? I like supporting other people doing things. Clear stance on life. Drawn to people who want to do things. What happens to people like me? But there are no people like you, Tsukihi. But in real life, there are, though. People who are magnetized and drawn to others with talent or with effort. The supporters. And then they meet. The only thing with color, just a hint of yellow, is the bike. And then I think Tsukihi's face has a little bit of color later as well. I think there's a little bit of reddish in her collar, but it's so muted. And such an interesting face-off. Yeah, there's a bit of tone there. Up on the bike. And off they go with her hair draped around her arms the whole time. Get pretty punny. It's more to everyone than just being cute. So we discussed the whole Nadeko situation of the cuteness that she wanted to shirk. Empty streets, as though I thought for a moment that she was trying to get lost in order to get contact with Hachikuji, but doesn't seem so. I don't believe that she got lost. She was going there. I don't know anything, but Araragi-senpai knows. What do you want to be? As long as I'm enjoying the present. You're not the type that knows everything, you're the type that can do everything. You have too many things that you could do. And you're too dependent on other people. Because you are a bakemono like me. Unable to live of your own accord. And then we get some spot coloring, all the reds, none of the yellows. And the cram school is being rebuilt and looks the same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. And then we talk about mystery and discovery of true identity. I think they both have a valid point, but it's pretty clearly always seen talking about his own writing, right? And what he wants from an ending. Sort of debating it using his characters as mouthpieces for different possibilities. It's pretty cool. The real story doesn't begin until you know what they really are. And I think that a lot of the arcs here follow that pattern. There's the fear of the mystery, but then once the entities is revealed, all the way back to the original of the crab, the weight crab, or the original Neko. Once it's revealed, the real story begins. The resolution has to occur. The decisions have to be made. The choice to save yourself has to be made. It's the way that Oisin structured all of these stories. But this one is structured a little bit differently so far. If we buy the statement that once her true identity is revealed, she collapses. Which doesn't seem to be the case, because we know that she reappears in Hana. But it's not always going to be correct. I wonder if it's not correct. If it's a lie itself. True identity, written as the right body. But I doubt they'll accept mine. True identity is unsightly. Ah, so good. Got me. There is no future. Not for you. An eternal present. Can you? Well, probably. I'm jealous, yeah. And here we are. Final confrontation, one-on-one duel. Araragi sitting in Oshino's spot. Mei. But is he able to? And doing it to save himself. Interesting. And when we see Oshino, mostly she's in color, and most of the times when we flash to Araragi's face, he's in black and white. And it gets even more starkly black and white as we go. Like, it's grayscale, but then there's one scene where it's purely only maximum white and maximum black in contrast. Not quite able to do the same thing. Isn't that just a habit? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, there. If you bind yourself to such nostalgia, you'll never ever arrive at your future. Odd parallel to the conversation with Skihi, but I don't understand it. Pleading for my life. Completely denied. But that is the correct answer. What, so you can do the right thing too? Makes me think again that she is the embodiment of his desire for justice. The ability to do the right thing. Yeah, and then there's the all perfect black or perfect white. You are. Your identity is. And even there, he stumbles on the line, making it two. Is me. Boom. End. Fiend. One more episode. What the hell can we do? We don't know what's gonna happen. But the lie's revealed, so what should happen is, if Gaian's right, then the darkness comes, swallows Ogi. She disappears. Tidy ending. I don't think that's what's gonna happen here. But I don't know what else could happen. Could he, in the same way that he, okay, there's an idea, self-love. If she's the part of him that he wants, but doesn't feel like he can act on, then in the same way that his love for Tsukihi finds her here despite her true identity being known, could he do the same thing to the part of himself that he doesn't love at present and love her instead? Love himself instead. Accept that part of himself. That fits in with the Jungian incorporation of the shadow idea that seems to be present here and seems to have been present in previous arcs. It fits. And it fits with the early statements about her as a symbol of my adolescence. She being a literally a symbol and embodiment of the conflict within him. Between what he wants and what he can do. The solution is acceptance of that, and understanding of it, and knowledge of it. Knowledge of self. Including the unseemly parts, the unsightly parts, the dark parts. Same thing that Nautico was saying. I do what I want to do, no matter how unsightly it might be. Araragi doesn't do that. But he could. Right? And if he did, then her existence would stop being a lie, right? In fact, it might cease entirely. Or change in a nature. Maybe gender swapping somehow. I don't fucking know. Okay. Okay. This is getting real meta from Oisin. And real interesting psychologically. I mean, it ought to, given that we're now finally, for the first time in the entirety of the series, like directly turning all of the attention of the series onto the main character and not onto one of the supporting cast members. It's kind of fascinating that it's gone so long without really doing that. It's always been there and it's always been an element of the decision making, but now it's the focus. And the decisions affect him directly, nobody else, as far as he knows. He's taken up the role of Oshino Meme. Is he worthy? Is he capable? I don't know. In her own words, he's doing the right thing to eliminate her, right? But she wishes he wouldn't. This is getting real interesting. Okay, I'm gonna stop for this episode, and we will go ahead and move on into the finale. Yeah. I'm gonna do the usual breaky thingy, sinky thingy back in a moment, so I will see you in that moment. Peace. Alright, welcome back. We are good to go, all synced up and ready for Owarimonogatari Episode 7. Ogi's true identity has been revealed. Your identity is me. Now it's just to see what happens next. If Gaian is to believe, then she will be swallowed for her lie. But we know that that's not quite what happens. Not quite. We don't know how. And the mystery has been revealed, but a good chunk of the last episode was dedicated to talking about whether or not that actually takes all of the tension out of it, or if there could be a greater twist or a bigger mystery lurking in the shadows behind the scenes. Gaian. I don't know. I don't know, Mion. Let's find out. Episode 7, Owari Season 2, Beep Beep Timer. A fight? A crowd. So we finally get to hear her saying that. Okay. Okay. The rules, the lights, the signs. Oh. This silhouette style. Able to wield hard under pledge, physical manifestation, skill. Oh. Not Mei. Cheating in what way? Ah, breaking the rules. All of these things he's taken onto himself. And the weight took onto himself. Dark Koyomi. Soka. Uh-huh. That's the trap. I know nothing, you know everything. Whoa. Okay. It's more specific than his desire for justice. It's his desire for retribution. Punishing of the self. And you have to overcome that to become an adult. Ha. Sit down and have a conversation with yourself. Okay, what the fuck is gonna happen? Darkness. And a smile. One line. Bye, tables. I don't know anything. My pen go? Oh. Mm-hmm. Nope. Save his own manifestation of the desire to. Oh. No, you're not. Always has been. Always has been. Saved myself. Yeah. Yeah. They all saved themselves. And saved you, I suppose. Not saving myself, the one everyone else saved. Yeah. Believing in yourself and what you want to do. That's why that section is there. Truly. Respect of the mentor. Truly. You had a door to wings? So, man, you can't just walk in here and by accepting her identity, by accepting her lie. And so the darkness disappears. Fabrication of justice, fabrication of what's true. Right? Motherfucker. Alright, can we get this boy vampirified real quick? Is that possible? Care for yourself. Okay. Or the punchline. Oh. Both hands? Hmm? Oh. Oh. Mm-hmm. Disbanding. Fair. You too. Oh, hi. Damn right. Hmm. Oh, no. Shrine in the location of the park. She has a home. Not a lost person anymore. This is when his arm is. That's fucking Christmas tree dress. Kaka. Hmm. Hmm. No, they don't. And she walks away. Hmm. Hmm. Green light. Hmm. I'm sure. Again? Different combination. Ha? A fighter plane? Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Huh? Oh, the first name. Got it. Took me a second. Mm-hmm. And Tsubasa. Friends. Oh? Yeah. That's exactly what she is. The one that we saw in the initial scenes? Yeah. I'm on my way. Okay. Ooh. A little bit of Hachi there. Telling the story. And end. Well, that was amazing. What an ending by Oisin. I didn't take nearly as many notes during this one. It came true. I am me, no matter what. No matter how I change. Sacrificed himself to protect himself. If it's wrong, then I don't want to be right. And then motherfucking Oshino Meme comes in and saves the day by affirming Ogi's existence. So I wasn't quite right about her being his sense of justice, but in a way, sort of. It was the justice that he thought he should receive, not the justice that's absent in the world. but the retribution that he thought he should receive for the things that he's done that he knows are breaking the law, breaking the law. That was really cool. I really love the visual of Ogi in front of the black hole and everything around her being shoop, 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 sucked into it, but she sort of stands firm there for a moment, just waiting, explaining and waiting. Gaian didn't get to eliminate Ogi Oshino. A different solution was found. All of that time she spent in the previous episode stating that, like, this is the only way was wrong. After this episode, the section of the previous episode with Tsukihi and Nadeko makes a lot more sense. Both in the idea of the magnetism or the attraction to effort and talent as it applies to Araragi, and to the desire and determination of what you want to do and being honest about it. It's pretty cool. Killing yourself for others. It's what he does. It's his defining character, but it's also the defining, like, conflict within his soul. From day one, he's been the person who thinks that that's weakness, and now he decides to accept it. And then the fact that she calls herself Oshino Ogi. There are two explanations, and I didn't catch the one when Hanakawa arrives. I didn't quite catch it. I know it was there. Okay. When Hanakawa arrives, yeah. I know that there's card. It wasn't this is a pen, it was dépaysement. Dépaysement. I don't know that word. Encapsulates this emotion and is unique to their language. The feeling of disorientation that occurs when you find yourself in a country that is not your home. Huh. Derived from the word pays, meaning country, its most literal translation is to be without a country. Huh. Okay, and then, come to think of it, Ogi had been alarmed by Hanakawa from the start, certainly. The name Ogi was actually Ogi because you added door to wings, wasn't it? I'm gonna look that up. Ogi door wings. I don't get it. Put door on wings. It's a kanji pun. Great. Oh. So it's this one there on top of this one there. And I assume that that's the kanji for Ogi. Not sure. Okay. If you know that one, then I will appreciate if you could tell me what that one is, because I don't get it. It makes sense that it's a kanji pun. It's clearly that this kanji is being put on top of this kanji to create this kanji, but I don't get it. So, because I'm stupid. Okay. Yeah. But we get this explanation as well, and all of it done in silhouette animation, which is pretty cool and creates a pretty interesting aesthetic for this whole sequence. And then when we flash away to the cricket scenes, it goes full color, which is also pretty cool. Yeah. Now the second phase was the first confrontation with the first apparition killer or oddity slayer. You understand one another. And so Oshino Ogi is sort of the carrying down of names from the things that created her. And then when she says in possession of all of the apparitions in this town and their experiences, that's what she becomes. An unknown that is the combination of them all. And this, because of its nature and how it was created, Oshino Ogi is able to wield heart under blades, physical materialization skill, at the very least. Huh. And it originates from Oshino Shinobu, not Oshino Meme, although by extension. This whole scene with the cake, each slice of it making up a part of the whole, that's pretty cool. And going back through and explaining each piece of the puzzle is pretty cool. Taking advantage of her weakness, respect Kambaru, but you couldn't live in her straightforward manner. It wasn't just Nadeko that you wanted to save. And then the Shinobu one? To use the immortality. And they all contributed. Shouldn't you have to face the consequences? And that part of yourself manifested as Oshinogi, the critic. The one who criticizes. And it was... Skihi was the lure. Was the trap. You know it better than anyone else, absolutely. I love this scene as we pull in from far, far, far away. It's pretty cool. That's why it has to be you. You must end it. And then OP. And then the majority of the rest is just this conversation. Flashing between them, making them almost the same frame. And then whoosh, the darkness appears. But it doesn't just immediately envelop her. She has a chance to say some last words. That was fast. I love the effect of the darkness. It really looks like a black hole. It's cool. Minus the specks of light that are coming out of it. All of it. You already knew. You already knew. Sometimes you have to fight even if you know you're going to lose. And that's exactly part of what Araragi's thing is, isn't it? In my own way, I was able to make your adolescence more right, if not better. Right? Even if I couldn't make it better. You're saying this is right? Huh. If harmed, they deserved it. But you know that these things aren't clear-cut. You can cut them apart? In this case, I was right. In that case, I wasn't. In that case, it was a draw. But at the end, after all of this, she goes back to the ends and means sort of thing. If I'm the one disappearing, then I guess you were right. Justice, right? And he refuses. And he sacrifices himself to save himself. Kind of, in a way, been set up from, like, moment one, like, episode one, Meme Oshino saying that people don't save other people, people save themselves. Ooh, doggy. That's not significant at all. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'm glad I could disappear like this before you graduated. Farewell, and he flashes through all of these moments with her. Farewell, my adolescence, and then he refuses. And it's his eye this time that opens with the red outline, the maroon outline, just as hers opened and shut before. Now it's him, the flip side, the right eye. And he refuses. And he runs, and he tackles her down, and the darkness sweeps up overhead. He denies the rules to save the part of him that criticizes himself for denying the rules. That's so nuts. And then the whole sequence where he's just bleeding a fountain is very Kizu and fantastic. Kind of fucking love it. And then we joke a little bit about the idea that he's pushing down a kohai to the ground, being all lewd. Uh-huh. I just saved myself. They did. Everyone saved me. How could I not save myself and make all their efforts go to waste? She sweeps her hand over and he stops bleeding. I don't understand that, but that's okay. Lover's suicide, expecting that they'll both die for this. You're just a baby. Huh. I'm not wrong. I believe it. Just like you aren't wrong. I believe it. And then a flash of yellow, a glance in that direction, and a dangling cross. It's motherfucking Oshino Meme. What the hell, man? You took your sweet time, but you fucking wizard, you arrived when you needed to. Good job, Hanakawa. Door to wings. What are you planning to do with my niece? Right? It's a cool cut. Yep. And whoosh. It disappears. Acknowledged so she can exist. You saved yourself on your own. You helped a little bit right there, buddy. Pretty sure you helped a little bit. And your adolescence comes to an end. Lack of concern for self is not the same as loving others. If you want to help other people, start by helping yourself. And now he can say that without reservation because he's done it. Mm-hmm. The days of kind deception, filled with a shallow, weak euphoria, have come to an end. Time to be an adult. And then familiarity, the punchline. Puns, and a conversation with Karen. Can't help it. Oh yeah, there was a card here. Maybe she meant to say, by all possible means. Gotcha. Helping others. Start by helping yourself. We see Hachikuji enshrined as a goddess. I guess this is something related to the park or something. I don't know where this is, but it's cool. It's a really cool looking pyramid ziggurat thing. Do the ritual. And she does attend. We see her there. And Gaian just turns away. and lets it all happen. And they almost like reaffirming their marriage vows to one another, getting remarried in a way. It's interesting. And she says, "I will tell your story to someone before I die in 3 days." And Hanakawa is off. What is a jet setter? A lifestyle of traveling from one stylish or exotic place to another via jet. Just somebody who travels frequently. A wayfarer, a traveler, a pilgrim. I don't get the thing about having to sell a part of her brain. I don't quite understand that. But okay. And I don't understand why he's changed his lock exactly. Or is it not his lock? It's Ogi's lock. Not sure. I sold off a bit of my brain. Is that why we don't get a I just know what I know comment? I don't know. I don't understand it at all. Super confused. But we do get this pouty face, and that is extremely worth protecting. And I love it. And then she stays fighting polar bears? Is that a reference to something? I'm not sure. But it's a cool idea. What is this face from Senjo, from Hitagi? What's the deal with that? I don't know. Just seeing them walking together? Maybe. And we frame that classroom in the TV screen, which is odd. The bouquet of flowers that we see at the beginning. And then this is some unknown individual with an apparition. I saw the gloves, so I thought Ogi, right? Because when we met Boy Ogi had gloves like that, correct? But it's somebody else, I think. An unknown, it doesn't matter who. Off you go. Do your thing. Pick up my diploma for me. And he runs by, and there she is. I am changing, but I am still me. I just want to hear the delivery of this line again, because... Yeah. Yeah, boy! This is one of my favorite ways to end an arc. We really did get a happily ever after ending for everybody in this moment. I know he's managed to justify it narratively without it seeming trite and making it seem earned the entire time. That's not an easy thing to accomplish. Flying colors. And everything in Owari so far has been building to this. Owari season 1 and 2 now. Makes me want to go back to the beginning of Owari S1 and rewatch, because there are so many things that are hints and symbolism, and this is that story, and this is the conclusion to it. And at the same time, it's the conclusion to the story of the adolescence of Araragi Koyomi. Start to finish, you know? It's kind of amazing. I feel complete. I feel complete. All right. This was an awesome arc of an already awesome season, but these 3 episodes were pretty freaking nuts all the way through. I haven't even talked much about the production of it because the dialogue and the writing itself is so fascinating. Specifically in these episodes. Usually I have a little bit of room to think about the production, but in these, the writing is really front and center. It's kind of awesome. It all flowed together really well. And that OP is nutty. I'm gonna just be listening to that on repeat for a little while, I think. It'll be fun. So, that's the ending of Owarimonogatari. Now there's Zoku, right? So continuation of Owarimonogatari. So there's Owarimonogatari Season 2, and Zoku Owarimonogatari. Huh? How do you continue from a perfect conclusion? Because this is, in my mind, about as perfect a conclusion as you can have. We finally addressed the elephant in the room, the fact that Araragi has never been subject to an apparition himself, or an oddity, or whatever you want to call it. We finally do that. It's one that's poignant and relevant to, and has elements of everything that he's dealt with and everything that the stories have dealt with in the past, with all the other characters brought in to some extent. And it all ends happily ever after, with him determining exactly what kind of person he wants to be. I don't know how you continue from there. That's a perfect ending. It's a perfect ending. I'm sure there will be more, because Oisin's a fucking genius. Okay. Okay. But it's gonna have to wait till next week. So, for now, let's wrap up this particular video. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Season 2 of Owarimonogatari, episodes 5 through 7. I hope you have enjoyed these episodes, this arc, and the big reveals, and the cool shit, as much as I have, because, oh my god. And I hope to catch you next week when we go ahead and start off Zoku Owari. Not sure how many episodes that one is, but we'll be checking it out, I think. Okay? Okay. See you there. Peace.